YouTube. All right. The title of this message is very important, very, very, very important to me. It's called The Reality of Tolerating. Tolerating. Now, guess what? Everybody that exists on this earth can tolerate something. The ability of tolerating is in every human being. But the important thing is, what are you tolerating? You know, what are you tolerating? You know, what are you more likely, we call it, putting up with? You know, what are you putting up with that in your life that is either, of course, two directions, either making you better or making you worse? And how much tolerance do you have concerning things in life? That I discovered that people will tolerate things that they see as value to their eyes. They will tolerate certain things. They will let things get away with, not as good, not as perfect. They will tolerate, or the aggravation of certain things and let it go by and not let it bother. I mean, it'll bother them to a point, and, they will, keep trying to do things. But here's the problem. Oh, you go. Here's the problem. Is what you're tolerating is important. Like, are you tolerating the flesh, system of error? It's a system, is a part of us that lean towards error, our, flesh system. But the spirit system, are you tolerating, to decrease from the flesh, and trying to get in a spiritual, position in life? But what is going to help you, to get in a better position in life is the spirit. Only the spirit can help the spirit. And the spirit I'm talking about is the fruit of the spirit. That's what the fruit of the spirit for. Like, love, joy, peace, gentleness, long suffering, meekness. Let me talk about temperance, because temperance is the fruit that's going to determine what we are going to be tolerating. Because look, y'all know, I don't really have to tell you, but y'all like to ignore, unfortunately, certain things that there's going to be nonsense. There's going to be confusion. There's going to be conflict and chaos in the world we live in. True enough. But the problem will create itself is as much as we tolerate either or concerning tolerating error, in our lives, in watching other people do error, how much we tolerate that will determine, how much you will continue. That's the thing. To continue to tolerate. How much reasoning is very important. The reason why you will tolerate something is as much as, like I say, how much love is in your heart, how much lust is in your heart. That's going to determine the foundation of how you will tolerate things. Because what you got to understand that, when you love proceeds love, joy, peace, gentleness, long suffering, meekness, temperance, faith. But if you get lust in your heart, it will perceive the opposites of that. That's how it works. And you got to understand that it works that way. But if you don't understand that, this dynamic that I'm presenting to you is going to factor in on you You tolerating the right things and not tolerating the wrong things, you want headaches. You do want headaches. You want to be mad and frustrated and disappointed by a lot of things. You want that. If you're not trying to recognize these dynamics that things can get better or worse about this tolerance. But guess what? People are going to make mistakes, y'all. I hope y'all understand that. Y'all know that, see, but y'all don't understand that in how you handle situations. And because look, I see people tolerate a lot of negativity, and I see people tolerate negative characteristics from other people, or in your own negative characteristics, and negative characteristics from other people, and I see how you do not respect the reality of negativity, that it subtracts and it leads to bad things. Yeah, it does. But but yet you will complain, or I call it blame others for your wrongdoing, and you will blame a lot of people. And the thing is, the blame game, that's established by Adam and Eve and the serpent. Adam blamed Eve and Eve blamed the serpent. And guess what? People still are blaming. Blame game never ended yet. But here's the thing, the reality of our body, that we are responsible what goes in here and goes out of here. Every individual that is created has a responsibility what goes in here and what goes out of there. And we're not realizing their responsibility. And we're not realizing what people not realizing, that guess what? You are created from somebody that inherit negative things and positive things from somebody else. That guess what? You are the makeup of that, person, that you don't really know to what extent you can tolerate things. Yeah, you don't know. But guess what? You like to play Russian roulette and let me get real mad and angry at this person that, did me wrong, and everybody's born in sin, shaped with iniquity, everybody's doing sin, and people don't disregard that reality. So let me get mad at this person that did me wrong, and let me really lash out, la 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 la. You know how they do it, and thinking that it's going to produce something, a positive outcome. It's going to have a positive outcome afterwards. The thing is, look, don't fool yourself. Well, stop fooling yourself, more likely, or believing that reality. The thing is, we need to learn how to, like I tell people, to discuss things. That's what the Spirit will lead to discussion. Spirit will always lead to discuss things, not argue things. And people not understand that discuss that. I want to know from your view, from where you coming from, to whatever is bothering you. And I will tell you from my view how I see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what discussing things is. Seeing things. And to come to an understanding of the situation. And, like I encourage people to show the two paths. I mean, to show them, if you keep continually doing something like this, this could happen. And if you continue to, not do something about it, that will happen. You know what I'm saying? That reality does exist. That's what you simply supposed to explain to a person that has problems. You know what I'm saying? That this is the road and this is the direction. I hope that you start, wanting to learn to get the right things inside of you so you can find a, reason to do the right thing, that you will not, be more harmful to other people around you. You know what I'm saying? That, you want to be more loving to people and not angry at people. Yeah, that will work things out, really. But in the world we live in, sorry, the influential machine of social media is trying to, especially those reality shows, trying to show you that anger is supposed to play a major part of, society. And look, I know y'all see that they use these social, these reality shows, that anger, somebody got to get mad, somebody got to get pissed off, somebody got to get this about this person, and da da da. They're trying to make you think, and anger is supposed to play a major role. Yes, we get angry. Yes, we get frustrated. But what's supposed to play a major role is to discuss the situation with other people, to find a reason to work together in doing things together so we can get along with each other. That should be the idea, reality of getting along. But, because social media wants y'all to believe that you're supposed to be hostile and you're supposed to be mad and still mad at somebody and, not like them. And, and you ain't gonna be with that person no more. It's an immature, way of doing things, Don't call yourself mature if you think life is supposed to work out that way, because that's not true. But anyway, the thing is, we got to understand we can't tolerate negativity. We have to a person has to come to an understanding that they cannot tolerate so much negativity inside them, because they know that this negativity is causing them to become a bad person. But the problem is, people don't know their limits. You're not supposed to know their limits. You don't know who you created, bro. You don't know, too much of anything concerning about what your capability of your body is. Or more likely, you're like a balloon blowing in the balloon, and you gonna put more air represents the negativity, put more air in there, and then pop, you bust. And you you bust and say, you're shocked, oh, I busted. I can't believe I busted. Well, you didn't know the material of what kind of balloon that, you can withstand so much negativity. You didn't know what your limit at. And because you don't know your limit at, things bust, and when it busts, it's gone. I mean, you can't blow the balloon back up again. No, sir, in life, that's it. When you bust the balloon, it's bust, it's shattered. You can't blow it up. And that's what I'm trying to tell you about, understand tolerance. Now, are you willing to endure, as Jesus showed us concerning the cross, to become a better person? Are you willing to endure, strife, and really endure what he went through concerning, being betrayal, isolation, for the sake of God? But here's the thing about God's tolerance kind of life. But God will give us the ability. The joy of the Lord will be our strength, to give us the ability to tolerate the certain things in our life, that we can come and withstand. Of course, the armor of God is all about withstanding things and being strong, that we can take on the wiles of the darts of the wiles of the devil. That we have to understand that that God will give us the ability to do that if we stay faithful. Substance of things are hoped for in the future, evidence of things are not seen. That we need to understand that when we start learning to apply God's word, that we will learn how to tolerate the right things to get a right result, that Jesus did. Jesus tolerated the whippings. Jesus tolerated the rejection. Jesus tolerated the humiliation. He tolerated and got victory over it. And through him, we can have victory over whatever that comes our way. We can say no weapon formed against us and shall not prosper within our hearts, not just with lip service. That whatever Satan come out of, whatever situation, circumstance, we can withstand. And now that's the message I hope you understand about, the reality of being, tolerating things, that you will be more elevating in your toleration and not, declining in your toleration. To God be the glory and forever in Jesus' name.